Level. Level 50. Level.
So pump will keep playing, that makes sense. So I have to do manual switch overs for that. But that seems reasonable. I could maybe do a, whatchamacallit? And I probably want to put this more this way, more upwards as well. Oh, what's that thing that Retro Heart has? The ducking, that's what it is. If I could apply ducking to that, that would probably be perfect. That seems to be working. Camera seems to be working. Didn't lag at all between running the stream and everything. I do. You check over here. I am live and that works. So I probably need to just imply some sort of ducking, which, let me just message Retro now on that. That thing with ducking. When you speak, how do you do that? But I can probably move this around a bit if I need to. But it should be showing the menus right now and showing everything else. As long as this is where I want everything to go, I just have to make sure I manually switch on and off the sound. I can't really keep it playing because I'll play over the speakers, so that's a little bit of a problem there. But I think outside of that, that should work fine. Then I should just be able to switch over whenever I'm ready. Even though my speakers are muted, I'd have to be talking over the music. So this is my test to see if talking over the music is good enough. Yo, what's up, doggy? How you doing? I can't hear it, but I heard it in spirit. I heard it because I know you that well. Great to see you, fam. Hey, while I have you, actually, I am speaking over just the menu music right now. I just want to see if I really need to switch on and off super hard between the currently background playing music and me speaking here, or if the balance is good, because by the numbers, the balance should be good and you should be hearing me fine. You are speaking over music, yes, okay. Because I also need to implement some ducking features whenever I talk, so it turns the music down so it's easier, and I don't have to fight it over. Hear me fine? Yes, wonderful. Also, what's up, Nineboat? What's up, Prez? How you doing? You want to play what on stream? Pump it up. That's how I get my pump. I don't lift, because I can't access weights anymore. Alright, so I will instead step on some of them arrows. But also, I always need to mute before I go live, because if I start playing over the speaker, it'll catch in the mic as well. So it's like, well, I have to mute myself when I start playing. So I gotta get used to switching this over back and forth, which I will do now.
Level 17.
When you say flashing, do you just mean the screen moving left and right? Kind of like with the whole, hold on a sec, you're gonna hear off sound or noise, but with that animation. Also, I'm trying to find a song to get my stream potentially muted. So I'm trying to find songs that are in K-pop, and I cannot find any K-pop songs right now. I'm having a really hard time, so I'm trying to find some, so it shouldn't last too much longer. When you're shuffling, yeah. Okay, that makes sense. I wonder if I can take that animation out, because it's trying to be arcade perfect. So that is a problem in its own, honestly. That's his own beast, unfortunately. I have to see if I can maybe turn that down or off. But usually I wouldn't be scrolling for this long. Like I said, I'm trying to find something that will get my VOD potentially muted, and I want to see what it does to me. That's what I'm trying to find. So you got a little bit longer, but once the song starts, there's no backgrounds. I turned all the backgrounds off and everything like that. Yo, it's Sweaty Sunday from Susie. Sweaty Sunday Susie, everybody. Everyone give Sweaty Sunday Tuesday a round of applause.
So sick of lying. You gotta know that.
사이즈네, 데이데이. 일부러, baby. I'm a liar. 사실 보고 싶은 말이 조금은 들려. 예전처럼 내게 안겨서 푹 같이 싶어. 아닌 척을 해. 목소리가 떨려도 일도 없어. 예전의 느낌. 그때의 감정이 단 일도 없어. 매일 밤 전화해. 맨정신도 아닌데 일도 없는 진심. So baby bye bye bye. Bye bye bye. 일도 없는 진심. So baby bye bye bye. 솔직히 매일 너의 목소리 기다리고 있어. 처음처럼 마음을 엄청져 너무 늦기 전에 일도 없어. 예전의 느낌 그때의 감정이 단 일도 없어. 매일 밤 전화해. 맨정신도 아닌데 일도 없는 진심. So baby bye bye bye. Bye bye bye. 일도 없는 진심. So baby bye bye bye. Yeah, I knew you could do it.
All right. So that song is to see if this mutes my VOD whenever I review it here, because it's like that's a very recent, I assume, some level of popular K-pop song. So let's see what happens with that. But also, happy Sunday, everybody. Hope you're doing well. Thank you for the claps. Whether it's for sweaty Sunday Susie or me stomping on arrows at a medium pace, that kicks my ass. Yo, what's good, dubs? Happy Sunday, especially to you. For no other reason than, besides, I really like you. I hope you're doing good, fam. Sound on stream check for the song as well. I can only kind of eyeball it from halfway across the room. How is that sounding as well? The when I'm playing song volume. I figured that should be about the same level of most of my games I set up. And I wonder if I can set this mic higher. Mic minimum height. Well, no, because you would still hear when I'm talking, so that wouldn't really matter anyway. If I have this background music going, so. It sounded fine, sounds good, awesome. Perfect. I think there's nothing to it but to keep stepping on arrows until I'm tired. I'm old as shit. I don't last as long as I used to. What y'all got going on today, though? Tell me what your plans are for today and what you were up to yesterday, because I have an entire 2 minutes or so, 3 minutes or so before I even get to look back at chat. And I would love to hear what you all were about this weekend.
Next stage. 일도 없어. 나를 위로 월월 날아. 깊은 네 바람 되어보. 차가운 그 눈빛. 깊은 네 바람 되어보. 나의 몸을 감싸 안아주렴. 그렇게라도 영원히. If you can be
What a thing to come back to, Dubs. Oh shit. Oh shit, that's really funny, Dubs. I don't know when you're gonna be streaming those, but if it's a time where I happen to be available, could I hop on occasionally to see some of that action and semi-pester you from behind, probably while I'm working, so I won't have a ton of stuff to say, but that's very funny. I rate that dance 20 out of 11. Unfortunately, 2011 was 13 years ago. But thank you, Sandox, for 11 days of subscription. Or 11 streak of a subscription. It's been 20 days. It's been 20 days. 2011. It's too late. Thank you so much, Sandox. Greatly appreciate. Appreciate a clap as well, Prez. Also, Susie, the Ren Fair. Gotta see some hardcore jousting. If I didn't know any better, I would think that's a subset of the internet that I did not know about. But we were actually talking literally yesterday about how cool jousting is, or now 2 days ago, but how cool jousting is at an event. It's so good. It's like, damn, out of all the performances you can see in there, when they start to hit the joust at the Ren Fair, it's a completely different and amazing beast, quite honestly. I love that shit. I'm still terrified that despite being actors and trained actors, they're gonna fuck up somewhere and get really hurt. Fine, this is the foot cam, people I've been craving. Wait until I go barefoot. Then my stream's gonna pop off for real, it's easy in. Congrats on the PV, thank you. It went from 0 to whatever the fuck that score is, 3 million something. It's fine, I don't really super care about scores at home right now, because my pad is not 100% where it needs to be. It's not quite as sensitive as like an arcade pad, but it's like 95% of the way there with a few misses here and there. So I'm still working on it, but I can exercise at home, so I'm very happy with that. I'm prepping my best. Aruga! I can't whistle right now because I'm out of breath, but I'm slamming the table, but I don't want to slam it too hard because if I slam the table even slightly like this, the camera does that. Actually, is the camera shaking while I'm stepping? That is a great question. If there's a way I need to buffer this camera or not, because if I'm moving, you can see this happens. If I touch the table, is that happening while I'm stepping? Not shakes, do steps. Okay, that's what I didn't even think about until just now. Thank you for making me act like a cartoon wolf Artesian so I could test stuff I wouldn't even think about. And I am more than welcome. Thank you, Dubs. Thank you for always being so welcoming to the Ryudo kind out there. I'm not as around as much as I would love to be around for, but you're always open to me being there, and I greatly appreciate it. And I'm very much looking forward to our next first-person shooter action. You're welcome? Yeah, that's a good response to thank you, I think. Hate this streamer, I'm leaving. Wait until I tell you about the PlayStation 2. Alright, going back on mute while I find some music. Just trying to think, like, what is a way to minimize the flashing between switching songs? Haven't really thought about that yet.
Levels.
찢어진 공간 그 속에 스미는 붉은 눈빛
Let me switch this over real quick. So what exactly are we testing here? Well, that's a great question, TZ man. Literally, basically what you did with me when it came to the wolf whistle joke. Where it was basically just, what stupid stuff can I think of while I'm playing this game in front of people who actually react to it are things I need to fix. Notably, Nimebo earlier was saying, oh, that flashing's rough when I'm switching between songs. And that's something that even crossed my mind after playing this game for years. That maybe a giant flashing screen is not very good or conducive to having people look at the screen for an extended period of time. So I have to figure out something about that, if I can even do anything about that. Like I said, the wolf whistle thing, touching the table, I wasn't sure how much stuff was vibrating. I didn't even think about that, for example. Making sure the sound balance is good, because I don't have any ducking set up so that when I speak on the mic, it lowers the volume of the game, so I need to play around with that. And because I'm playing over speaker, I had to play around with that too, to make sure that the speaker isn't infiltrating when I'm talking too much. Because you can probably hear it kind of in the background when I'm not talking. A small window game? Well, one, what's up, Zipson? How you doing? Hope to you as well. I got the Kai Kisk inside of me. And Fizz, video games already. This isn't a video game. This is exercise. Video games are fake. Video games are bad, actually, it turns out. How you doing? Good morning to you. In this case, no, in my opinion. But this comes from the opinion of a person who plays the game, obviously. And I could be entirely wrong. And the reason for that is, if you know what you're looking for in terms of game, you can pretty much look at the screen and say, okay, you're getting perfects, goods, greats, whatever. This is what the step pattern looks like. Here's where the action actually is. Compared to looking at the feet, that doesn't really translate to anything by itself, because it's not like it's a true dance move, right? I'm hitting a oversized metal controller at a decent pace. And that doesn't really translate to anything compared to what the game is reacting to per my steps. So, for example, if you see a lot of perfects, you can pretty much assume that I hit it pretty good. So that's kind of my opinion on it. So the footwork's more interesting to me. Right, exactly. And it's something that comes from like the arcade era when we were playing DDR back in the day, where no one pays attention to the screen if you don't really do rhythm games, because they just see your feet moving fast and they assume all the skill is there. But there's a reason why in the arcade era as well, why people will randomly come up to the machine and step really fast next to you, because that's all they assume goes into the technique. But the technique is, with any other dance move, timing, pacing, burst of energy, highs and lows, with any sort of dance style, not just how fast you move. No one looks at, Michael Jordan to see that he runs fast. They only look at Usain Bolt, who that is the qualitative aspect, if that makes sense. Exercise, no wonder it looks so difficult. Yeah, this is an exercise. Rambo was an exercise. Fighting Force was an exercise. Unfortunately, Crisis Mode is not an exercise, but that's all right. It has the one Belgian woman in all of gaming. So that's why the window is pretty big. And say if I take out the border, for example, this is what it looks like. Camera by itself. And I could make the camera bigger, but I wanted to have some sort of border around it. And I just hadn't decided on how big I want that border to be quite yet. So this is, like I said, this is exactly what I'm experimenting on, because I've never done a stream like this before. So if I made this bigger, you say, would that have more value in terms of real estate instead of having, a border around it to separate the two? Yo, what's up, Jim Poo? How you doing? 420, good buddy. I'll say it for you. And toggle it so it covers the flashing through song selection and make it poof when you're executing. So the other half of that problem right now is, if someone wants to request the song in the future, I don't want to have the screen completely off, because if someone says, wait, what was that song that you passed by earlier? What was it called? Or something like that. I want people to be able to interact and say, oh, what was that song that you were looking back there? Or what the hell was that? I want to keep that part open too. So I would just need to figure out how to delete the song from one song to another video file to make that work. And I think that would be the big idea of how I want to fix that one. For today's stream, I could probably cover it up though. You're absolutely right about that. I just have to make it actually like this. There he is. A quality Twitch broadcast. There we go. Oh no, he's back. So I think for today, I will go ahead and make this bigger as a result. To take up some of the real estate. I'm going to try not to cover too many of the perfect greats or anything like that. Yo, I'm Juggernaut. I'm unstoppable. What up, Sko? How you doing? So there we go. So we can make that bigger. We don't cover any of the arrows on the left side. And I think that is a good fix for right now. And then I'll make a boulder around this new size instead. So that should be good. Cat truck. Cat box cat truck. Yeah, that's our cat's taco truck. See, this is exactly why I'm doing this, though. Compensate for the camera shake for you. Are you seeing camera shake, Fizz? Going off of TZ, and TZ said no. If you're seeing camera shake, I do want to be aware of that, though. You're working out as well. Oh, hell yeah. Sko the meal. Moi Sko the bro. Because he's the best gym bro ever. The gato chaco trucko. There's a tiny bit of shake while I'm stepping. And while I'm stepping, right? Like, if my hand's on the desk like this, that's just going to happen. I need to rest my arm on something. That's not going to change. But just tiny bit of shake when I'm stepping. Okay, that is noted as well. So tiny bit of step while I'm shaking while I'm stepping. Bigger border. Figure out a way to get rid of the flashing as well. I'll attempt to focus on the shake again. Colonel, the shaking of my ass keeps alerting the guards. All right, let me switch over real quick here. I have a limited amount of time to get some steps in today too, so I'm also rushing a little bit at the same time. Hey, uh-oh. Don't talk to me ever again. Shut up. Don't look at it. The answer is I'm fucking stupid. I just put it on wrong when I was repairing it last time.
Next stage.
찢어진 공간 그 속에 스미는 붉은 눈빛 가려진 순간들 속에
Level 18. Level 19. Difficulty zone single. Phoenix.
All right, so now it's way shakier, as if to spite you. Perfect. In all fairness, I intentionally picked a harder song, so I would have to step a little bit more to see if maybe stepping a little bit harder would add more shake to it. Okay, so the shake is a legitimate problem. Yo, what up, green intern? How you doing? Hopefully you've been doing good. It's great to see ya. Anything about that shaking the camera? Look, Fizz likes to shake, and that's all right. You gotta know what you like in life. Gotta appreciate it. The search effort was actually looking for a way to simulate camera shake. I hate the internet. This is the opposite of my problem. So because this is on my desk, and like I said, I could just like, these are me just drumming my fingers, and you can probably see just a little bit that the camera is shaking. I think it's just because it has such a, the table's on the ground, the table's not exactly the most stable. I can't put it on the table over here that I have that has my monitor. That definitely shakes, I know that. So I gotta figure out a way to either put or hang this camera off of somewhere else, so it's not on the table, basically. I have to figure out an alternative for that. Or see if I can pad the table with something so it doesn't shake as bad. The rumblings don't, you know, echo through the actual camera stand itself. So I'm wondering that. Testing to sit off a lot more. Okay, that makes sense, yeah. So probably when I'm stepping a lot harder, that makes a lot of sense, BV. Also, what's up, BV? How you doing? Bouncy. Screw to a ceiling corner like a security cam. Honestly, I think one of a friend of the stream who comes through, Kitty Catastrophe, I think that's how Kitty has his camera set up. Because it is from a very high angle. Because he also plays and everything like that. So I wonder if that's what he's doing, actually. Because he's from a very high angle. But he plays doubles, so there's a lot more to look at. Doubles being, sorry, I keep using terminology. Doubles being two of these pads next to each other and you dance between both of them. So for 10 arrows total. It's also, you know, one of the best at the game, period. Hanging shelf? That's a good question, actually. I wonder how a hanging shelf would do, because it's still vibrating through the ground, but that would probably be a lot more stable. That's a good point, Sko. I wonder if a hanging shelf would be the key, and I want a hanging shelf in here anyway, so it might not be a bad idea. That's something to think about, actually. Image stabilization is the feature I want. Is that something you have to download? Or is that should be a part of my, let me see. Camera control, low light compensation, tilt, focus, zoom, exposure. Looking at some stuff here. Does not look like on here. So it might be something I have to download then, which... Or let me check filters real quick. See if there's anything in the filters. I doubt it, but... no. Okay. So I'm going to look for image stabilization. All right, let me actually note that down before I forget. Thank you all for your help, by the way, on this. Like I said, I can't do this alone. I didn't expect that many people to roll through at all, mind you, but I'm like, I also can't test everything alone. It's just literally impossible, because there's things I'll just miss all the time. So I greatly appreciate that. So image stabilization for camera. I'll also put hanging shelf as well on there. Figure out flashing from song changes. Would fall on my ass at that, even for bar to hold. See, that's why you practice, Jimfu. It's like art. You practice. You get good. You're not just randomly good, you get good. And also, you can get fit while doing it. Also, I saw there was a follow here. It makes me realize that I don't have alert boxes. See, I can't do this all alone. Follows are anonymous anyway, so, you know, it's no matter, obviously. But thank you so much for the follow. I greatly appreciate that. How the fuck do I do this again? I haven't had to add an alert box in so long, I forgot how to do it. Alright, let's try it again. Does that work? Alright, replays don't work on this for some reason. Let's just put it in this corner over here, where people don't need to see me necessarily. And you good luck with your Footloose. Thank you so much for your help. I greatly appreciate it. For a stream. For a random Sunday stream, it's always give or take. And especially when it's not a chill stream and it's me doing something that's completely out of my stream's element, that's the part I'm like, people aren't gonna roll through for that. Of course not. That should be but I don't have the experience there. No, that's fine. I'll look for image stabilization, see if there's anything for the camera I have, the Logitech I have, and or if there's software I can get for OBS maybe or something like that. Just even think about that. I mean, hardware, so I'm doing software. Software is generally not great. Okay, that's also good to know. Let me put software generally. Alright, great. From at least the options I can access in OBS, it seems like it doesn't have anything. But that's just OBS options, mind you. That might not matter whatsoever in actual reality, obviously. There might be different ways or things that I can do to make up for that. But renegades tend to take streamer interaction, which, yeah, it's my biggest trait. Exactly. So that's why I'm like, maybe I'll just make a Sunday workout stream, and so I play for a while, and then maybe after I do this for like an hour or something like that, I'll chill out because I won't want to do anything else except watch videos, have like a small meal or a protein shake while my my partner does D&D stuff. So that's why I'm doing it now and why I have a limited amount of time. So I'm like, maybe I can just combine the two of these things together. And I want to play around with that a little bit more and just try different stuff, hang out with different stuff, maybe get people to also say, hey, I also want to step on something or go for a walk or something like that. Which is kind of what inspired this as well, because Ilian's been doing it. Jeff, a ghost, does the stepping streams in the morning. Ilian did DDR last week. Kitty Catastrophes just plays every now and then. And it's just like, damn, there's no reason why I can't do this on like one of my off days, like a Sunday, which is like, it's an anything day. And the game, small win camera, even smaller window YouTube video essay. Me trying to listen at the same time and having to rewind every so often to be like, what the hell was that? What did they say? What did I miss? Everyone's laughing. Are you laughing at me or are you laughing at the video? Live Vision Kit for OBS that may have something. I have a little example video. I have copy and pasted that to my document as well. Thank you. I greatly appreciate that. That rules. This is on high. It is on hiatus Live Vision Kit. Okay, cool. So we're down to one, at least, from two different sources. And we'll see if that helps out anything when I play around with this a little bit more. Going on the GPU. Ah, gotcha. So, hence why you feel like it's probably not as software great as a result. That makes sense. All right, let me get a few more in. Like I said, I'm kind of on limited time here, so I'm going to make sure I get my full time in. The breaks in between are kind of killer, but I need it at the same time. Like I said, I'm old. Yo, what's up, Kefki? How you doing? It was getting there, but I needed a pretty heavy GPU depending on the resolution and source. Okay. I did upgrade my GPU recently, my whole computer recently. So I wonder if I would get over the hurdle of that being okay in terms of processing things. I wonder if I'm just slightly over that hurdle. And who knows, maybe it won't matter because you just need something bunko ridiculously powerful to make it happen. But I am a little bit more up there, at least, in terms of new computing power. My computer can actually flex his muscle and not break its arm trying. Thank you, Kefki. I appreciate it. Taking notes on everything. Like, look, streamer Ryudo, last time you got a 98.6, and this time you got a 97.4. I think I'm gonna have to unfollow you. You would never do that, I know. But hope you're all having a good weekend. Thank you so much for the help through this all the way, by the way. Yeah, yep, that's me. That's the Kefki special. Oh, gosh. But no, seriously, y'all, thank you for all the help on this, because like I said, not something I can entirely do alone. It's just the stuff I don't know, the stuff I have to play around with. And even as it was put earlier from Atesian that, you know, streamer interaction goes down a lot due to rhythm game streams because you have to hyper-focus on something. It's something that, one, I want to get a little bit better with juggling, with between speed running, stepping on arrows, stuff like that. Stuff I can do on Sunday on my extra streams. But I also don't want it to be an excuse for... I don't want it to be a bad experience when we're not doing the interaction as well. I want to make sure that, you know, the screen's not flashing in uncomfortable ways. I want to make sure that things are going on that you all can understand or ask questions about. Or even just be like, hey, I heard a song for a second that sounded pretty good. Can you play that song? Just little things like that that still makes it welcoming to hang out at and maybe listen to some good video game music in the meantime. That's kind of my end goal for this, for my, you know, shuffling up the Sunday streams, because I don't always want to... Well, I need to be better about not just sitting down all day Sunday and just chilling. I need to be better about that. Alright, I'm going on mute again.
Next stage.
Damn, it still evades me. It still evades me. I got lazy at the end. Couldn't get it back. Life's hard. All right, yeah, if there's any sign of the camera shaking, I'm completely off the pad now. Also, yo, thank you for the follows while I was off and away stepping on arrows. Greatly appreciate it. Follows here are anonymous. Don't mind me, just catching my breath here. So if you want to follow and look away, feel free to do as such. But otherwise, hey, happy to have you in the chat. Thank you so much for the support. I greatly appreciate it. And welcome back to video games. Close enough, closed captioning. Dog shit job. Breathe. No, you can't make me. You're not my mom. What are you gonna do? Kill me? I'll get myself first. It's a race now. Oh shit. Oh gosh. Oh, you can probably see a sticker of a cat. It's a very important cat. You're the bracelet today. If I keep it, it'll likely die. Yeah, but if I keep it, it'll likely die. What am I supposed to do about that? There's nothing I can do about that. At this point here. That bracelet's going to hell. God damn it, that was a better score too. I'm so mad at myself. Oh, that's why you're bled today. Ah, gotcha. Also, I'll move everything over here in a second. Just picking a song so you don't have to hear the grinding of the screen moving. All right, I will eat the brain cell. Thank you for the permission.
Level 18. Level 19.
Look, what are you playing today, Jinpoo? You're playing, what, freaking, not Harvest Moon, Stardew Valley, right? You know what? Here you go. Pretend I just pushed the brain cell your way. It's yours. Playing nothing? Oh, I guess you're not feeling that great then. You cancel it? Yeah, that makes sense. Just give me a stream key. I'll be Jinpoo for today. That's fine. I like to be a well-beloved streamer. Like Jinpoo. If you're not following Jinpoo, you should follow Jinpoo. Did you know that Jinpoo has the shared brain cell between me and them today? It's true. I've seen it. Now Ooze later, because Ooze's birthday today. Oh shit! I didn't realize that was Ooze's birthday today. I don't know if I'll last long enough to trade on over to Ooze Worm World, but if I can, I'm definitely gonna do that. All right, I am intentionally trying to kill myself on the potentially fastest rapper in the world. See you all in 2 minutes and 14 seconds.
상처를 치료해줘 사람 어디 없나 가만히 놔두다가 끊임없이 덧나 사람도 너무나도 겁나 혼자인 게 무서워 난 잊혀질까 두려워 상처를 치료해줘 사람 어디 없나 가만히 놔두다가 끊임없이 덧나 사람도 너무나도 겁나 혼자인 게 무서워 난 잊혀질까 두려워 365일 1년 내내 당황하는 내 영혼을 쫓아 길을 잡은 잭스페로 몰아치는 허리케인 맘에 문을 닫고 슬픔을 등에 지고 살아가는 바보 두 눈을 감고 두 귀를 막고 캄캄한 어둠 속에 내 자신을 갖고 내가 외톨이 맘에 문을 닫고 슬픔을 등에 지고 살아가는 바보 두 눈을 감고 두 귀를 막고 캄캄한 어둠 속에 내 자신을 갖고 아무도 모르게 다가온 이별에 대면했을 때 또다시 혼자가 되는 게 두려워 외면했었네 꿈에다 그리던 시내가 시간이 다시금 내게로 되돌아오기를 바라는 간절한 마음으로 밤마다 기도했었네 시민의 단계온 내 손을 돌아가 추억에 왔다니 머나먼 건역을 향해 전없이 빠르게 날아가 내게로 돌아와 달라고 내 손을 붙잡아 달라고 부르고 불러도 한없이 돌이쳐 대마다가 뭐라 대답이 없는 널네 기억 속에 돌아간 사람의 손자를 만드는 수를 그릇이 몸부림쳐버려 멜방구부터 그대가 나타나 흐르는 눈물을 닦아주는 걸 나 어떡하라고 다 끄떡없다고 거짓말하라고 너를 못 참겠다고 나도 아플 땐 아프다고 슬플 땐 슬프다고 얼어붙은 심장이 자꾸만 내게로 꽂아지네 정말로 끝이라고 정말로 괜찮다고 꼭 참고 싶었던 눈물이 자꾸만 내게로 쏟아지네 외톨이 맘에 문을 닫고 슬픔을 등에 지고 살아가는 바보 두 눈을 감고 두 귀를 막고 캄캄한 어둠 속에 내 자신을 갖고 내가 외톨이 맘에 문을 닫고 슬픔을 등에 지고 살아가는 바보 두 눈을 감고 두 귀를 막고 캄캄한 어둠 속에 내 자신을 갖고
Yeah, I knew you could do it. Wow, new record.
Okay, that actually makes a lot of sense why Oozeworm is on Arcade Pit tonight. Makes a lot of sense actually. And why it seems very Ooze and Friends centric. But yeah, GeoGuessing B-Day sounds like an absolutely cromulent way for Oozeworm to celebrate his birthday. I don't know when Claire's birthday is. I know it was earlier this year though. I'm pretty sure it was earlier this year. Claire came out earlier this year, and I think it was on her birthday, if I remember correctly. Something along those lines. I'm doing my best. I'm using, you know, the whispers of the remaining brain cell that I have given to Jinpoo to hopefully remember a thing or two about my friends who are cool. Song's rough for me. Don't mind me. Or mind me. I appreciate it. I appreciate everyone who is minding me right now. Real fake video games are on screen. Did you know that video games are good for your health? You can tell me about all the ways that video games has influenced or bettered your life in multiple different ways. There are a multitude of words that I learned through video games. Video games continue to kick my ass to this day. Video games taught me self-preservation and discipline. Video games also suck. I'm just saying that because I'm currently tired.
Next stage.
내가 외톨이 맘에 문을 닫고 슬픔을 등에 지고 살아가는 바보 두 눈을 감고 두 귀를
Yo, what's good, Toro? How you doing? Howdy, howdy. Happy Sunday to you. Hopefully you're doing good. Great to see you. What's going on, fam? What are you been up to this weekend? Alright. I have time for probably, one more. Doing, I'm here. Hope everything's been going well. Yeah, it's supposed to be a test stream. People have brought up a lot of good points throughout the entire stream. That's like things I didn't even think about, ways to make certain things better, in terms of like camera shake, the unfortunate flashing that I never realized happens when you're changing songs, and just stuff like that. That's like I can't really test these things myself. The idea of making the camera a little bit bigger, and then I'll make a new border around that later on. So it's been, the actual part that really matters, the experimentation side of things, has been going pretty well. But also, the workout is working out, I think is the best way to put it. But hopefully, with your day off, things have been at least relaxing a little bit for you. I know things have been kind of rough on your end of the world. And I hope at least a day off in a way, not thinking, has treated you well, because you deserve it. Oh, God. I want to do one more 19 to finish off, but damn, 19's got hands. Ooh. Might have to do an 18 to not make myself wanting to collapse. But maybe it's all about the exercise and the experience and the fact that I am not playing at the arcade. That makes it worthwhile. Let's find out. You know what? You're right, Grover. I don't. I don't. You know what? Legs, pretty bad. Yo, what's up, Grover? How you doing? What's up, right? I don't want to trouble the dome, so let me just say thanks for streaming. If this even experimental, heck, thank you for taking the time to spend time on an experimental stream. Sundays are mostly for the I'm doing something else today streams, and I'm glad that people are rolling through and being very helpful with getting this all together, so that even if this isn't a quote-unquote, you know, favored stream, and it's a very stream for me, it's still at the best quality it possibly can be, and that's always the most important side of me actually streaming anything. Making sure that I'm doing my best in terms of quality, even if it happens to not be folks' cup of tea. And hugs to you as well. You deserve hella hugs from coast to coast. Hopefully, that helps out. My cat also says hugs too, from very far away. She yells into the ether. All right, let me not have legs for the rest of the day. BRB.
Grab the mic, let it rip.
All right, that's doable. That's actually doable. Ran out a little bit of energy, a little bit of energy at the end, but that's actually doable. I felt good about that, especially with his gimmicks at the beginning. I handled that shockingly well because I hate gimmicks. Yo, Maldory, how you doing? Good dance moves. Video games? Pretty cool. Except for now. When I'm tired. And I need oxymogen. Oxygen is pretty cool, though, on the other hand. Thank you for the GG. Thank you for the sick dance moves. Thank you for the cat. Oh, gosh. What in the hell is this? This came from my actual real sound effect maker. That was it. Don't ask any questions about it. Oh, all right. It's noon. I gotta unfortunately call it for this section here, but I'll probably take like a small 5-minute break, and then I don't know. Maybe we could do a chill and watch if people are down for that. And I can move my camera back to you before I forget as well. There's a small mess on the floor, but let me just move this back so you can see how I'm doing. I'm 95% wet. And not in what some people consider a positive way. Shiny. Shiny Ryudo just dropped. Everyone get your Pokeballs ready. If you got a Master Ball, this is your time to use it. Capture Ryudo today on Pokemon Go the Fuck to Sleep. Okay, catch. Let me move to full camera for a bit here. It'll be easier this way, so I can actually put on some aside music here and everything. Oops, I didn't say my data. Oh well, not that big of a deal. Not that big of a deal. Oh gosh, how's your weekend going? How you all doing? Hopefully you're having a good one. You can probably hear that through my mic a little bit because it's going through to me. What if I do this, huh? Hold on a second, I got an idea. Change the output device to you. Will you still be playing? Yes, you will, as a matter of fact. Damn, I'm good. Oh, gosh. So, yeah, I'm trying to do that, like, for an hour every, like, other day, basically. Sometimes I just want to do it, like, back to back to back, so I'll do it 3 days in a row, 4 days in a row, and it's always important to let your body rest if you're going to be doing any sort of exercise whatsoever. So that's really important. Do not think that you have to be exercising every day. I would, unless it's your profession, and you have a professional telling you to do it, don't do that. Make sure you give your body rest. Don't be wrapped up into the insanity that's known as Instagram and other social medias that show sexy people all the time, make you feel bad about yourself, and so you can buy their workout programs that work specifically for someone who has been working out for, you know, already 5 years and has not found results but knows what they're doing. And they'll always give you the same answer. Usually going to be the same answer. They're getting better nowadays. So I should stream for daily Spring Fit Adventure to work out. That's actually a good idea. That's a really good idea. If this didn't whoop my ass so much and I wasn't coming straight off of work, I would totally steal that idea. But the fact that it's like, I finish work and then I have like an hour of rest before I start streaming because I don't like to entirely stop. It would be such a wild idea. I'll get to the stream, I was like, my mouth be open, I gape, and I'm like, But I should steal that idea to some degree to have a Ring Fit adventure of some sort, because with that by itself would be an amazing thing to have. That'd be so good. Something else I can, accentuate video game fitness with. Mind you, this does plenty good, as you can probably tell. I can't hear the music, I realize, because I don't have my headphones on. I don't want to put them on because it would be sweat-soaked. Alright, here's something I haven't gotten to do in a while. Exclamation point, cool. Let me go to this list here. What do we have on this list anymore? I have not checked it out in a while, and I've been very bad and very embarrassed about it. But I do want to start going through this more as well for any cool videos that people have been trying to share for watching stuff. Oh yeah, Grass on Shindy, I forgot about that. What y'all got going on for today? What's going on in the ideally last day of, from some people's weekends, I should say. I know that Jimpu is out. Jimpu is not feeling well. Fizz is apparently not feeling well. I don't know if Fizz is not feeling well because of random sickness or the shots also, the vaccination also got him too. That's a podcast. Animate short. I thought someone shared something that they were like, yeah, we can save this for a future Chill and Watch stream. And I cannot find it. Maybe they didn't put it on here. I thought they did. Oh, dang. I was like, this seems like a perfect time to do that. But, yeah, the COVID shot, flu shot, and a tetanus shot, you gotta say, oh, yeah. So even if you aren't feeling, like, ill, you probably didn't get much sleep as a result of that. Which, that sucks. That absolutely sucks. Oh, did I click away on accident? I did. Whoops. Sorry for going back to chill Dreamcast era Sonic music VHS mix, which just means they play it in really shitty, far away sounding quality and say that it's nostalgia. Is it working for you? Is it doing anything for anyone? You all liking that? Is it working? There was a video I did watch earlier today that I'm like, I want to share with people, but I gotta figure out how I'm gonna share it with people. It was basically a heavy breakdown of every, what's the word I'm looking for here? It was a breakdown of fighting games and basically how to package each fighting game into what type of fighting game it is. And that was a very good video, and I want more people to watch it. But I also know that it's not a video for everyone type of thing. So I was like, well, how do I share this? So I just post on my now Blue Sky and then say, yep, that's it. That's the stuff right there. 3 shots, though. Yeah, Fizz is too strong for all of us, honestly. How did Fizz get this strong? Why didn't Fizz share his secrets with us about how to be stronger? This is bullshit. It's not fair. I only got 2, personally. And I was okay, so clearly I wasn't even doing my best when it came to amount of shots I can get in a single go. Let's see. Now I can't even find the damn video, because I'm at least going to, link it to chat at the very minimum. But, nope, I can't find it anymore. It should be in my goddamn just watched videos. I just watched it, not too long ago. It should be right here. Why isn't it here? Oh, there it is. I'm at least going to put this into the world, so at least hopefully someone says, oh, thank you for sharing that. There we go. Yeah, every fighting game type explained. So it has the archetype of every fighting game and the history of every single one as well. So that's a really good video. But I also know, like I say again, it's a very... It's a video that works for everyone to a pretty good degree, but also you won't give a damn unless you're already into fighting games type of video. So I'm like, I know Doggy will probably like that a lot, Toro might enjoy that as well, apparently, because they've already put it on their watch later list. I think Fizz would love this video, though. Even though Fizz does not play fighting games, Fizz has wanted to jump a little bit more into understanding certain, like, qualities of games and whatnot, and just breaks it down from a fighting game perspective, so I think that'll be something you'll really enjoy. Cisco might enjoy the video. I don't think Cisco will care heavily, but I think Cisco will like the video, if that makes sense. Dubs would like the video, Susie would like the video, Prez would like the video. So yeah, definitely check that out. It's a very, very good video. There is almost an urge to watch it again on here, quite honestly. But damn, I thought I would have had more videos, honestly, to watch on the cool list. Maybe it's like my fault or something like that, that I haven't watched most of these videos myself. Alright. Let me move over. Let me move up. Maybe moving up is the better idea. id Software's like bizarre role-playing games, for example. Hour long video. Look, you are saving your energy anyway. You avoid activities, you have a lot of stored energy. Use that to put it to your brain cells with an S on it, and go ahead and use it for that instead. All right, there's some older videos that I haven't got to watch yet. Like a teasing, a retrospective on id Software's old RPGs, mostly for phones. And we have never finished the Fallout series stuff, but I don't have the beans for that right now. I don't think. If I rest up for a bit and I feel like I have the beans, I'll call Dubs because he wanted to be on for the next part. And I'll be like, okay, yeah, that's for you, Dubs. So let me get this set up really quickly here. We're going to move him over to chill and watch. I still have my camera on down here. That's nice. Good job, past me. All right, we got to move some stuff around here, though, real quickly. I also have to change, like, the name of the stream as well. Because we ain't working out anymore. Now we're chill and watch. Mr. Chill and Watch. Mr. Chill and Watch. And we can even turn the... I'm not going to say it yet. I'm not going to say it yet. Because the moment I say it, I'll be in process of turning it on. Instead of just saying... Hold on a sec here. Hold on a sec here. I said, come on, now, run as administrator. What the hell? Come on. There we go. Now we can delete. Now channel sound effects are on. Now we can say they're on. Bonus, Mr. Chill and Watch.
420,
All
good
right.
buddy.
Hopefully you could hear that because I can't currently hear it right now. I don't have the headphones on me. Alright. You heard it? Awesome. That's the good stuff right there. That's the bean potato, as people from Jersey say. That's the bean potato, they say, as they walk on the street and see a $50 bill on the street for them to take. That's the bean potato. Alright, let's see here. We gotta put the theater mode on, turn it to right video. There you go. I don't know why it's that big, but that's a very, very good jump scare. Dead. I almost don't want to play a video anymore. This is the rest of the stream. Let's sit for an hour looking at, dead. Oh, that's really fucking funny. Holy shit. Alright, anyways, let me fix the video for real this time. Dead domains. I hope that's the size of the video, because I'm going to do all this work, and then it's going to be, like, smaller or bigger. There we go. Alright. And then we need to put the YouTube title on as well. Almost there. Just gotta shorten it to the bottom side here. There we go. Alright, there we go. What do you mean shaking your head? Has it been a while since you found a 50 on the ground? You've got to say, oh, that's bean potato right there. I understand. I also wish I could find more 50s on the ground, quite honestly. I don't have a catchphrase for it, unfortunately, but I wish I could find more. Alright, there we go. Alright, we can turn off some of that chill Dreamcast music from the background. And, Oh, that's a good question. Oh shit. Can I replay? Do I have my alert box on? My alerts don't replay, and that fucking sucks. Because sometimes I want to test something alert-wise, and I have to go to like the damn website instead of replaying an old one. Let me do something real quickly here, out of curiosity. I need to run a test because I changed what is playing the sound, and I wonder if that's going to go through the computer or not, or like the speakers or my headphones. And so that's why I want to make sure of really quickly here. Launch test Twitch. Just send me something here. That's all I need.
This is a subscription test.
Hey Dad! Why must I fight you? We are not enemies!
Shut up.
Okay, it's playing through my headphones, I think. I don't think it's playing on a speaker, so I think we're good. Okay, that was the last thing I want to check. Anyways. Ice and time. That's exactly what you meant right there. That's 100% what you meant, Alza. Yo, what's up? How you doing? How's my favorite bean potato? Hopefully you're having a good one. You're just in time for the show. The true chill and watch, as you put it, for a dog. About id Software's bizarre role-playing games on the phone that has been sent to me months ago, and I haven't watched it yet. And now it's time for me to catch up on some of that chill and watch action. Actually, hold on a sec. Give me like 2 minutes just to check in, make sure stuff. I'm gonna actually probably change shirts as well because obviously it's super sweaty from the workout. Give me just 2 minutes here, and then we'll get started on watching some videos and just chilling out. You being potato in public? No, don't worry. Me and Alzaraf, we like this. We like this. Alzaraf is the coolest person in the FGC. Also in general, but you know, it's easier to quantify. Go be less wet. And the first time I've ever been requested to do that. All right, be right back.
It's time to talk about the Hammer Brothers. It probably goes without saying that if this happens in a run, it's an immediate reset.
Y'all gonna have to turn the lights down, man. Turn the lights down. Y'all shining too much.
Nah, fam, we only getting started. Yeah, I got the light. He got the light. We got the light. What you know about it? So much light. More light than the spike in your power bill. Overmatched when it strike, we devour ill. They don't know how to feel. Their minds crippled, mental gangbangers. Never saw losers, but we game changers. Rearrange strangers with the Rickens. Next mission, bring the light to your home, electrician. I've been grinding since the basement. If you know, you know, man, you not adjacent. I'm in a league of my own. My soul speaking through poems. Both your speakers are blown for my songs. Let's get it on. I'm ready for the challenge. The academy of dark and light is all about balance. Life's never perfect. Beauty runs deeper than the surface. Album on sale, but the soul not for purchase. Birth this ill style with mild symptoms. It gets them ecstatic. I'm a shock to the systems. Warrior, battle scarred, yet these bars hard. Thus became an author, not the art part. I say, Mr. Hard Part, restarted the lost art. Can make a smash from the mouth. I'm an all-star. Like this, like switch, like this.
All right, my bean potatoes, we're back. Hope you enjoyed a little bit of video game music. I know I did. But welcome back to not video games. Kev, you have so many good emotes from everyone else. I need to set up my emote game. I need to sit down and really consider, what do I want out of my emotes? Your emote game is so fucking strong. I'm jealous. Jealous positive. All right, I'm in a significantly drier shirt. My pants are still wet because, you know, sweat and gravity make it work like that. But I don't have any nearby pants right now. So let's play the video with that awkward conversation. Sitting in wet pants. It's all right. I have Under Armour.
Welcome back to Dead Domains, where I like to dive deep into the forgotten recesses of gaming history. If you enjoy my work, please remember I'm making videos like this as a full-time job now, so please consider donating to my Patreon.
I'm bouncing
and
volumes
all the
too
other
as
things.
well, so
With
don't
the
mind me.
obligatory shilling out of the way, let's get ready to rock. To most nowadays, id Software is the House of Doom, creators of the.
Let me know if the
beloved
volume is good as well,
series
obviously.
consisting of Doom 2016
It looks
and
quiet,
Doom
but I don't want to
2012.
assume.
If you know your gaming history, you'll recognize them as the creators of other first-person powerhouses that are still around and relevant today, including Quake and Wolfenstein. And to most people playing games nowadays, handheld gaming has been a constant.
I know
The
that
ability
game.
to play
I played Doom 3.
console-quality AAA hits on the go has been a goal for years, made real with the Nintendo Switch, but the rise of mobile gaming has also cut a huge swath of market share for people to whittle hours away on addictive free-to-play chaff like Marvel Snap or whatever the hell these things are.
Not taking anymore. Nobody wants.
Eh.
Nobody wants. Nobody wants. Nobody wants.
Has anyone ever played a game like this? Has anyone ever broken the seal for one of these games? I gotta
There's a
know.
chapter of mobile gaming that
I might have to
slips
do it.
almost
It might be
entirely
me that has to
forgotten.
break the seal
An
in those
era
games.
without free-to-play transactions and pervasive ads, an era with primitive pixel graphics and.
What if I made a
flip
stream marathon
and it
of
was an era
playing
where id
games like
Software,
those?
Creators of Doom and Wolfenstein made role-playing games. In this episode of Dead Domains, we're diving into some of the forgotten branches of the id Software family tree, seeing what set them apart from the rest of the family, and most importantly, checking if they're still worth remembering today.
I was gonna say, they don't look actually all that. Okay, well, I guess it's 2005, so maybe it's a little bit more recent than I'm giving it credit for. Because they don't look terrible, actually. I'm kind of already
In
invested.
2005, Doom was a very different franchise. Doom 3 had released in 2004, bringing the series into the Xbox era with an impressive technical display and much slower, moodier presentation. And there was also the Doom movie, which is only notable because it had a full first-person shooting scene. And yet, despite being based on a shooter, ends with a fist fight. Also, this line read, which has lived in my head rent-free since I was 10 years old.
Semper Fi, motherfucker.
You know what else came out in 2005? Doom RPG. Developed by Fountainhead Entertainment in tandem with id Software.
That's on the
Doom
same level of,
RPG has
"Aw,
several iterations
yeah,"
released with
at the
very
end of
graphical
Mortal
differences
Kombat.
between them. The basic premise is actually meant to be a sequel to the original Doom. Interestingly, this isn't id Software's first game to have RPG elements. John Carmack, who worked as a programmer on Doom RPG, also had a huge hand in the fantasy first-person game Catacomb 3D, which released in 1991.
right. I
and
actually
utilized
forgot about
plenty of
Catacomb.
technology that would be iterated on for 1992's
I legitimately
Wolfenstein,
forgot about this
which,
game,
of course, would
and I
lay the
still wanna
groundwork
try
for
it sometime.
groundbreaking Doom in 1993. So, in some ways, Doom RPG, despite being put onto underpowered hardware and taking much of the fast-paced fireball-dodging action away, is still in keeping with id Software's roots, even if those roots are deeper than even the original Doom. You might notice that this footage has a lot of the iconography of Doom, but something is just off. Well, it's still a first-person game, but instead of a run-and-gun shooter, Doom RPG is a turn-based dungeon crawler, utilizing the same basic interface as early 90s RPGs to bring the Doom experience to mobile phones. Despite being an RPG,
Okay, now I'm actually watching
you
it
can
like
tell
in
seriously
action.
these
It's
are
surprisingly
advertised by
not
this gentleman who makes you
snappy.
talk to him multiple times
Those
before
attacks
telling
take
the very
way
first
too
story.
long.
A goofy game design lesson for the player in interacting with some objects multiple times. The way Doom RPG inserts simple, classic RPG tropes into the world is actually pretty brilliant, taking the trappings and settings of a game so many are familiar with and completely changing up how you can interact with that world. There are NPCs to talk to and get hints from, objects you can break open, and hidden logs that can reveal additional bits of story, passwords, and more. And of course, there are plenty of fun Easter eggs for eagle-eyed fans, like this first-level email addressed to Wolfenstein protagonist BJ Blazkowicz. But don't think that the RPG means this game is weaving some grand narrative, as gameplay is still the primary focus here. Which, shocking, I know, that the cell phone...
The
Doom
UAC
game
bucks
might not
are
be
really
exactly
good.
Shakespeare. What narrative there
I wonder
is
if Dubs
feels
has
like
that in his
juxtaposition
game.
of puzzles and jokes.
Or can add that into his
The story
game.
uncovers a conspiracy about some scientists sabotaging a UAC facility. Unlike other Doom games, you don't really go all over a planet so much as throughout every single room of this facility, all branching off from the main hub you revisit between levels. None of the characters are particularly memorable, except this shifty scientist that is definitely not being suspicious for a highly telegraphed late-game reveal.
Yes.
RPG elements come into full focus in the Junction, which is the game's hub. As you work your way through various sectors and unlock more advanced levels via keycard locks, you'll be able to talk to NPCs, get
It feels kind of
story info,
ironic because
heal
knowing
up,
that
and
Doom
shop
had
for
all
items
this like
in the
extra
Junction.
books and stuff like that
You
as
have a
well,
full
you feel like
inventory
this would be the
card around.
opportunity for them to just
Help
say,
packs,
let's
weapons,
adapt
edits,
one of
and
those or
more.
really
After
dive
you
into
level up,
something.
it really stops feeling like a kneecapped Doom port where you just take one step at a time and comes into its own as something unique. You'll be using the one-step combat to plan your next move, line up enemies with barrels, or maneuver them in a straight line to mow them down. You'll take a breath to desperately heal with a medkit before recklessly throwing yourself into a life-or-death gamble to take down groups of enemies. You'll be getting lost in the similar hallways and hitting suspiciously different-looking walls to find finicky secrets. Yeah, it's not the Doom you might know, but this game is still Doom. In the original game, you moved forward using the basic keypad, which for the Zoomers in my audience is what phones used to have under their screens. Yeah, I believe people used to type full text conversations with this shit. The turn-based combat isn't the only place.
And it was better that way. It was more consistent.
The environments are small.
You
and
get the word that you
labyrinthine,
actually
though the
wanted.
amount of polygons is impressive for the technology this game is working
I hate
with.
my phones.
This phone version has
Typing
limited
so
audio
much.
quality. You get attack sounds, but no ambient music. There is a nice jingle for leveling up that samples the end of level track from the original game, which is cool. The first enemy you fight is a hellhound, but these hellhounds kind of just look like the Wolfenstein dogs. Weird. It does
Yeah.
kind of make sense, though, given the overly flat, simplistic level design itself and its endlessly similar
Because there's no
corridors.
hellhounds in
This game
Doom, I
feels
don't
technologically
believe.
closer to Wolfenstein 3D
I'm
than
thinking
it
about
does
it
to
now, I'm like,
Doom
I
in
don't
a lot of
think there
ways.
is.
And after that very first enemy, Doom RPG lays on the enemy variety fast. In the first level, you come face to face with Lost Souls, Pinky Demons, Cacodemons, Imps, and Soldiers. But they all have different names and colors. Lost Souls are called Phantoms, Pinkies are Bull Demons, Imps are Implings, Soldiers are Zombies, etc.
Oh.
The different colorations also work as a kind of ranking system, with the colors of the enemies and their names changing depending on how difficult they are.
I mean, that is very
An interesting way to
RPG
filter
and
the
or
Doom
beat 'em up
enemies
esque
into an RPG
realistically.
format, basically taking each unique enemy and turning them into an archetype for the player to encounter variations of, so you're fighting the same demons, but getting a nice sense of progression throughout the game. But don't look at the weapons and reused enemy sprites and think this game is just a regurgitated asset flip of 90s sprites, because almost everything in this game is original. The environments go from familiar UAC corridors to crumbling urbanish environments, mines, and more typical Doom environments later in the game. Though,
And
due to
I think the
lack
ceiling
of
kind of makes me
variety
feel
and
like,
scale, the map
you know,
never
actually
reached
feels
the
like
quality of
Wolfenstein a little bit
games.
from what I've
Never
seen
really
of the
go to hell
game.
either, which is slightly disappointing. Once you come to grips with the gameplay system, Doom RPG starts throwing a lot at you real quick, because enemies can move in turns like you, and the arenas aren't very big. There's not a lot of strafing fireballs and juking.
I guess
large
otherwise it
crowds
feels like
as
it's
you
a
move between
Etrian
the
Odyssey
paths guns
almost.
blazing. No, the slow pace of Doom RPG means that you're constantly choosing how best to progress, one step at a time. When you're surrounded, that can mean backtracking and using the environment to break line of sight with some enemies while you thin the herd. Then there are the weapons, which, like the enemies, sprinkle in variants of the familiar Doom sort, plus assorted tools like a fire extinguisher that can remove fires in the environment, and an axe that lets you rip and tear anything in swinging distance. Oh, and there's also a dog
No.
that you use as a gun, a dog gun. Well, it's not really a dog gun per se. At some point, you get to put a collar around a hellhound, but then apparently you just hold it as you use it to maul your demonic enemies. It's ridiculous to picture the Doom Marine swapping between all of his deadly implements, only to pull out a dog to bite his enemies. But also, I firmly believe we need to see Dog Gun make a comeback in the next main Doom game.
I 100%
After a while,
agree.
the game settles into a rhythm, and soon enough it's over. You fight the totally inconspicuous bad scientist who turns
I
out to
can't
be a weird
believe it.
bone demon
Doom
called Kronos that's
lets you
original to
pet
this
the
game,
dog
before shutting down his portal
before
to hell
many
and
other
a
games
massive
decided that
final
you should pet the
battle with
dog.
Cyberdemon. It's tidy, satisfying, and incredibly impressive as an experience that was put on mobile phones, even if the restrictions on the experience don't necessarily hold up today as much more than a curiosity. The port I'm playing is the PC playable version that was graciously modded together by a dedicated team a couple years ago. The same team did the Doom RPG port I looked at for this video, and I'll supply links down below for
Okay.
those curious to give these games a try.
Oh, okay.
However, before
I was
got
kinda
the
curious
PC
of how you were
working,
able to play
I was
this, but-
working off a simple flip phone emulator, and while the game only took a few hits presentationally, it was a noticeably harder experience both in combat and simple navigation. Getting games like this up and working is no small feat, so if you want to really give Doom RPG a shot, make sure you get this PC port working, because that's the best way to experience it, honestly.
Yeah, I'll definitely actually check that out. I feel like that's such a cool idea. I feel like. Look, all games that leave pet dogs are very important. We gotta really put this into perspective here.
And attempted to put it into the Doom RPG engine. Wolfenstein RPG is. Wait a second. What the hell is orcs and elves?
That's how my research goes. Like, all right, time to find the next game in the. What the fuck is this?
Before I started this video, I thought the only id Software RPGs were Doom and Wolfenstein. I had completely forgotten about the obscure fantasy Orcs and Elves games. Orcs and Elves was the first new IP from id Software since Quake. The first
yummy.
game actually came out a year after the first Doom RPG, with a Nintendo DS port, which is what I'm playing here, coming in 2007.
Really?
The gameplay is essentially the same as Doom RPG. You move in one-tile sections through various dungeons, fighting different monsters that are color-coordinated, solving minor puzzles, and entering door codes along the way.
You had
There's
this?
slightly more effort put into the story and
I
presentation.
I have to know your thoughts on this, Llama. Because it doesn't look bad at all. It just looks like dated.
Sales Dragon?
Sales Dragon?
The dragon is your shop and the hub you return to between levels. There are some minor gameplay differences.
Also, what's up,
in
Llama? Good to see ya.
particularly a reliance on potions you find in chests that offer a variety of combat buffs and debuffs. Juggling boosts in with your spells and some assorted weapons like magical swords, crossbows, and more does a good job of setting this thing apart from id's previous game. While the game works on the same one-level system as Doom RPG, there's a lot more attention paid to innovating environments and how they tie into puzzles, with impressive
When I was bored, I
effects
remember it
on
feeling
key
dry.
environments mid-level.
It feels like
Fantasy
it could
settings
always
also
get that way,
allows
right?
for
With like
some
any
more diverse and
RPG, it's like
expressive areas,
sometimes you just have to go
and
through the
Nintendo DS
less
in
exciting
particular
stuff, so the
has a
actually
nice
exciting
lighting that
stuff
gives the whole thing this
actually
charming
holds its
vibe,
own
like
weight
a
in that
long-lost
regard.
cult classic from the N64
Just
era.
down.
And while it may look generic, Orcs and Elves isn't without its own charms. It has the sarcastic appeal of Doom RPG,
Oh, that's
despite
good.
the occasionally overwrought talk of kingdoms in danger and ancient prophecies. It never loses sight of being just a fun little game, putting players in a variety of strange situations to justify new gameplay challenges. Oh, you're not convinced? Okay, show me another Nintendo DS game that has you getting drunk with the ghost of a mountain dwarf to complete a level. Go ahead, I'll wait. In fact, I kind of love the mechanic
That's
Orcs and Elves
amazing.
develops around drinking with NPCs, something it also uses in the sequel. It's a little RPG touch that helps the world feel lived in, and is something you don't really see with even huge games like Skyrim. Despite
Because that's the kind of tongue-in-cheek humor that this game would absolutely have, or that id Software would absolutely have.
Ultimately, Orcs and Elves is just another iteration on the design principles first explored in Doom RPG. It's short and sweet, occasionally funny, and full of the same satisfying, if thin, gameplay and progression that defined its predecessor. The Nintendo DS version worked well with the game's interface, making me wonder why other games from this era weren't ported. Doom and Doom 2 RPG would have been ideal for the platform. But
Also, yeah,
alas.
it is
Now,
kind of
Orcs and
weird.
Elves lives on as a curious tangent to the oddball id Software RPGs. If these games ever get a proper remaster and re-release, the Orcs and Elves games deserve to be included in the package. For now, though, the best way to play this first game is through Nintendo DS emulation.
Yeah, makes sense. I feel like it almost is worth checking out on its own of just being such a unique beast from id Software. May not be the most exciting thing,
Instead
but
of moving on to another
very
series,
curious.
id Software immediately set to work on a sequel to Orcs and Elves. Unlike the
And
first
this
game,
was on
which
the
got its
cell
50
phone.
Nintendo DS port, Orcs and Elves 2 came out in 2007 only for mobile phones, which means we're back in the old pixelated flip phone mines for footage. You play as another elf who comes across the magic wand from the first game and quickly gets swept up into the same brand of vaguely generic fantasy hijinks from the original title. But like the previous game in the id RPG series, there were some innovations to the core gameplay. You still rely on the same balance of potion buffs and switching weapons, though from the off you've got a wider variety with a wand, staff, and dagger. The dagger plays into a new stealth system that allows heavy damage for sneaking up on enemies. New to this game is the familiar system, apparently based on the world-famous It's a very simple interface where you get a cute little pet rat named Bob. Not joking, things named Bob were the height of comedy in 2007.
That's
and you can put Bob on
very
the ground and move
true.
him around in first person.
What the fuck
Scouting
we were
out
doing in
areas that
2007?
low
Oh, you know,
couldn't otherwise.
XD
It's a small
lol so
addition
random,
that does a lot
also
to keep the
Bob.
formula fresh, and also look at this little guy. Who wouldn't love him? This is just a little fella.
He's precious, though.
Apparently, according to this interview with developer Anna
He's so
Kang,
good.
John Carmack, who was the primary programmer for most of these games, was hesitant to put such a wonderful, cute, cuddly creature in the game. Anna Kang and John Carmack were married at the time and handled a lot of the various development duties between all of these games. Turns out from that same interview that Anna Kang was the hero we needed the whole time, as she had been a major force in getting Doom RPG's holdable puppy dog in the game. In light of these achievements, I make a motion to refer to John Carmack only in terms related
She's the
to
hero we
her,
all needed.
as in no longer John Carmack, co-creator of Doom and Quake, but John Carmack, former husband to the genius who gave us the dog gun in Doom RPG. It seems fitting for Anna's contribution to the world of gaming.
We really need to be
namely making a game where the
playing
Doom
any
are
games that Anna's making now.
Familiar system
We need more
notwithstanding, there's not much
holdable
else new in
mice
the
and
world
dogs
of
in
Orcs and Elves
games.
too. That's not to say it's not worth checking out.
John
Despite the
Carmack's
lack of
wrong for
parents,
this
I
one.
still absolutely enjoyed my time with the game, with RPG elements like more varied, fleshed-out towns with taverns and shops, side objectives, and new combat mechanics like shrinking enemies helped keep the experience fresh. Has
That's
all the
right.
charms
Yes,
of the
there we
original
go. Look at all
Orcs
them
with new
dogs.
enemy sprites and environments maintaining the odd
Thank you for the balloon dog,
misplaced
especially.
nostalgia
That one's
makes these
good.
games feel like
I want
they
to
were
pet a
plucked
balloon
from
dog. It's going to
somewhere
make
in
that
the
weird
early
balloon
90s.
noise,
The game
that
received
squeaky
high marks
noise.
for its continued innovations and now trademark fast-paced turn-based action. But this game in 2007 was the last time this new franchise was seen, which is honestly a real shame. I know id Software isn't known for these games, but Orcs and Elves in particular show how much fun and creativity the studio had when playing outside their regular wheelhouse. The love the small teams that worked on these games had for fantasy franchises and tropes is evident, and I'd love to see this curious little series return somehow. Ideally, with a full remake that keeps the simple, satisfying gameplay, but even simple remasters would be wonderful.
Jinpoo is now
But for now, the
at
only
low
way to
health.
visit these curiosities is emulation.
Jinpoo needs food badly. Very Gauntlet Legends energy right now. Don't worry, I feel you right now. I'm like,
From the
I need
very
some form
start,
of
you
like
can see how the
bonus
lessons learned
energy
in
as
Orcs
well.
and
I might go
Elves
grab a
play into the
coffee
next
real
game in
quick.
The series, Wolfenstein RPG. While the game is still limited to the same turn-based action, every element of the presentation feels like it's on another level. If you played a classic Wolfenstein game, you know the setup. You play BJ Blazkowicz, you've been captured by Nazis, and you're going to kill them all. The particulars vary, as there's a cast of characters like scientists
Feverhead
and
stuff, yeah.
antagonist officers,
No, I
and
get it.
allies
No
along the way,
worries.
but by and large,
I just
this
wanted
is
to
the
quote
classic
Gauntlet
Wolfenstein
Legends for the
experience.
sake of
And that includes the
the
classic
lulz,
supernatural
as they
twist,
would say
though
it.
This game plays its supernatural hand fairly early on. As you traverse some crypts under the castle,
It
you
feels
find no
ironic.
shortage
This
of
feels more
skeletons and
Doom
zombies
RPG
unearthed by Nazi diggings, and
than
which, no, there's no problem
Wolfenstein.
BJ
And the
can't solve
and the
with his
Wolfenstein
fists.
Wolfenstein
At
one
least when
feels
it
more
comes to
Doom,
Nazis,
and Doom
zombies,
feels more
Nazi
Wolfenstein. I
zombies,
don't know
and
why.
other
This makes no sense.
permutations thereof. But as you start your journey,
But I do
you'll
hope you
notice
feel
how
better
upgraded everything
very
is from
fast.
Doom RPG.
Oh shit.
Like in Orcs and Elves, NPCs can move, meaning they can guide you and you'll be able to follow them. There are brief cutscenes like the previous games too, more fleshed out than in Doom. And even slopes and stairs in the environment, meaning this is the first of the bunch to not take place on a series of flat plains. The areas can alternate between indoor and outdoor environments, with actual skyboxes now too. This is maybe the silliest game to come from id RPGs, and is chock full of sight gags, references, and oddball one-offs. For example, look at what happens when you interact with this portrait of Hitler with no weapon equipped. Or look at how when you use your fist on a skeleton enemy, it decapitates them and does high damage, but removes their head, so any other punches will
can't
always
hit
miss
'em.
after. It's good stuff.
That's so
In keeping
good.
with the game's slightly sillier tone, the sprites have been stylistically
That's some
overhauled,
that's some
instead
net
of
hack
using
type
and
shit,
coloring the original Doom
honestly.
sprites like Doom RPG, Wolfenstein sports a more stylized, animated look that fits the game's environment and allows
Yo,
for
take this
more
shit. Hold this
expressive
shit.
Characters. It's an interesting approach, but never
Literally throwing
dulls the
toilets and
satisfying
CHC
edge
got
of
them.
Nazi
Oh my
killing.
god.
And speaking of Nazi killing, there are plenty of gameplay differences. We keep the same fast-paced gameplay tempo, and enemy AI is largely the same, but you get a host of weaponry and new abilities instead of Doom's arsenal or any magic spells. One of my favorite new additions is how BJ can just dismantle the environment, taking objects like sinks and toilets, tearing them from their mooring, and beating enemies with them like it's goddamn Condemned. An evolution of the potion in Orcs and Elves, Wolf RPG also features a syringe system that lets you buff and debuff yourself and enemies, accompanied by a mixing system that lets players custom make syringes with found items. There are other fun additions to the formula, like
That's kind of a good
underwater
way of going
combat
at it,
where you can
too.
balance your moves with remaining breath. Then some of the new weapons change combat entirely. You get a scope sniper rifle, allowing you to take out enemies from afar, as this game uses a very similar basic stealth system to Orcs and Elves 2. You get dynamite, which can be used to break walls, but also attach to enemies who will panic and run away sometimes, allowing you to gamble if they'll run back to their enemies for a big payoff when the dynamite explodes. There's also a fire system where enemies can set you on fire or get set on fire using a flamethrower or explosives. Then there are more objects to interact with overall, and the code system has mostly been done away with in favor of classic gold-silver keys. Also returning from the classic Wolfenstein 3D is the ability to loot gold that you find around the castle, many pieces of which are found in secret vaults. And then there are also plenty of puzzles and minigames to help keep the gameplay interesting between all the new combat innovations. And I'm sure there's stuff I'm forgetting, but that's beside the point. Wolfenstein RPG is the best game of the bunch so far. That's not saying any of these games are bad, but this feels like it's really coming into its own with added depth, objectives, presentation, and a heap
Like,
of personality.
it legitimately
that
feels like they
feel
put a lot of effort into the game. They were just
more than
doomed
just a
to
phone game
the
to whittle away
console
some hours with.
more than
It's a
the
shame
game
that
being
Wolfenstein RPG
bad
haven't
or
got the
anything
same
like that. It
port
feels like it's
treatment
just
for
the
PC
right
that Doom
amount of
and
energy it needs to
Doom 2
be.
RPGs have. But it seems the porting team behind those games has teased the Wolfenstein game, so here's hoping. Until then, the best you can do is phone emulation, which is worthwhile to fiddle with to get a look at this unique and mostly forgotten game in one of the biggest shooter franchises of all time.
Sorry, the dynamite lady not going anywhere is really good too.
It's fitting that the last of id Software's RPGs would return to the Doom franchise that spawned it with Doom 2 RPG. It's also fitting that Doom 2 RPG would bring with it all the lessons learned and innovations to the simple turn-based RPG formula from both Orcs and Elves and Wolfenstein. If you jump from Doom RPG to Doom 2...
Like, this feels like the kind of game that
like
some indie developer would make nowadays and find some success with. But this seems like it was like almost too ahead of its time.
Iteration works in game design. The story here is slightly more fleshed out than the original game, with the same reliance on personality and sight gags returning from Wolfenstein. There are plenty of panicking scientists and demons and zombies running amok over a
It's John
USC
Doom.
space
I know him.
station, but much of the main thrust deals with a friendly AI trying to stop a virtual icon of sin that's infiltrated the UAC system. This Vios occasionally pulls you into cyberspace to fight in this blank Tron arena too. It's silly and cheesy, but I still think it's pretty cool, and honestly I'd like to see more ideas about possession in non-tangible space explored in media. For returning gameplay tidbits, we get the buff depuff potions in the form of energy drinks, like in Orcs and Elves, but also a controllable companion like the familiar from Orcs and Elves 2. But we also get
They always
more
have these cuter
environmental
companions as well.
interaction
That
like in
also was a
Wolfenstein,
really good
where you
idea
take
for
part in
these.
various
Holy
minigames,
shit.
some playing into new hacking elements to unlock doors and supply caches. More important, however, is Doom RPG 2's reliance on RPG mechanics. You get to choose your character, a first for the series, with each of the selections offering their own advantages out of the game.
Scientist
You get
is
the first
very,
player woman in the Doom series with Sarah
silence.
Morgan, who may also have ties to the Crash character from the Quake Arena games, even if unofficially. The Marine character is specifically named Stan Blazkowicz, inferring that at least one Doom Marine is still a descendant of BJ from Wolfenstein. It may not be official canon, but it's canon to me, damn it. The gameplay itself is centered around stat improvement more than before, with simple intuitive actions offering permanent boosts. Complete a treadmill minigame, for example, get a permanent agility boost. Use a chainsaw in combat a lot, and receive a permanent strength upgrade, which can allow you to tear objects out of the environment to use as weapons. More immediate lessons from Wolfenstein RPG are here too. The character sprites are more cartoonish and expressive, and the game's tone follows the light-hearted Wolf RPG. Environments have added verticality, the fire system is returned, and overall this game has a slicker presentation and more things to interact with. This includes breakable glass, which can be interacted with...
Yes, you may. Sorry, hold on, everybody. Let me exchange chairs that is being used for the stream real quick. Kind of forgot. No, I'm good. I have this. I have to use the old chair. One of our guests needs the chair that I use to have better back support and all that sort of stuff. It's a pretty comfortable chair, but outside of that time, I use this chair a lot, so I had to switch it out. Forgot to do
There
that.
are familiar enemies with all shiny new sprites throughout, and while they
Chair
look great,
swap,
I
chair
really do
swap.
love some of the new enemies like the Succubus, and wish they would return in later games. There are some other great enemies that absolutely deserve to return.
And I can sit on
like
this chair just
weird
fine for the most
pinky
part.
demon queen that
It's
spits
harder
out small
to
pink
cross-leg
demons
in
for
this
you to
chair,
fight.
that
You
said,
get some
but it
classics
is
that
still
did make it into
fine.
the original Doom RPG as well, like the Spider Mastermind and the aforementioned Icon of Sin, which gets a unique virtual appearance in the endgame. Along with having the best presentation of the bunch, Doom 2 RPG has the hands-down best
You're welcome.
enemy variety.
Thank you for
that
reminding me.
expands on the beloved Doom Rogues Gallery in plenty of fun ways. And along with those new enemies are a host of new, occasionally goofy weapons. We have a rifle reminiscent of Doom 3's submachine gun, a classic chainsaw, and the aforementioned familiar stand-in with a
Serious from the
remote.
chair
The Super
grip.
Shotgun returns and is just a straight static version of
New
Doom
chair grip
3's,
just
which is
dropped.
pretty neat. Though oddly
Hope
enough,
you all
Plasma
enjoyed
Rifle,
the
which also
new
matches
chair
Doom 3
in there.
version, is an entirely original sprite. The rocket launcher and minigun are both whole cloth unique designs, which begs the question, why didn't they just use all Doom 3 designs or just make all original weapons? I'd be very curious to know if there's an answer, but either way, it's always nice to see some artistic cohesion in a series that can be so disparate from itself. Then there are new weapons like a holy water gun.
Ah,
which,
that's
in
what that
keeping
is.
with how this game wraps its various systems into one another, can be refilled from the same sink so you can detach and use as weapons.
Yeah.
Which is just proof that any water is holy water if you're thirsty enough. The various weapons all have unique
As long as you're
resistance
thirsty
against
enough,
certain
that's the
enemies,
real
like spells
secret.
in a Shin Megami Tensei game. So you've got to try and remember which enemy works best with the double barrel shotgun or water gun, chain gun, etc. With these innovations,
Having a quick
the
system
id
like that,
Software
similar to
RPGs
SMT without being
finally
as
feel
slow,
they came
feels
to
like
their own as
the correct
satisfying
answer for
RPGs
moving into the
beyond simple
future.
mobile phone
Once again,
players.
it feels like it was
While
too
Doom
early
2
for its
RPG is still
time.
limited by the cramped corridors necessitated by the lack of processing power, everything else here is light years beyond the still solid Doom RPG. And while most people may single out the Doom RPGs as the only worthwhile ones to seek out nowadays, the id Software RPG legacy deserves more recognition than that. These are games that manage to craft a unique identity together while still managing to be unique in each flavor, culminating in Doom 2 RPG, which puts every lesson learned since the 2006 original to work, and as a result is the most satisfying, varied, and deepest RPG experience in the series. They represent an often overlooked part of gaming history, where for a very brief moment, talented developers worked on incredibly underpowered hardware to make proper video games work on mobile phones, long before things like even basic 3D
I will
graphics
say,
and
yeah,
microtransactions
the
were
job best
commonplace.
goes to id Software
The
to
id
make the
RPGs
most
are goofy and
out
strange,
of
but
the
also
cell phone.
fast-paced and
But also, they
satisfying
were
in their
way
simplicity.
ahead of their times
They
due
give us
to that
wonderful
limitation
oddball
and made
characters,
very unique
memorable
games
moments
that
like getting
seem like they're
drunk with
really
ghost
creative and
sports, and
good,
things you
but
won't
it's just
find
been,
anywhere
it's
else,
way too
like
early
Doom
for it,
Marine using a
unfortunately.
dog as a gun.
Also, there we
And for
go.
all their occasional flaws, these are still great games that don't deserve to be left abandoned. I
There
hope
we
these
go.
games can get the ports they deserve so they can proudly sit alongside Doom and Quake as artifacts of how a legendary developer took on a strange new frontier in video games and found something special. Hey there, darlings, and thank you for watching this latest Dead Domains. This series has been a fun way to get around to exploring the
That's really freaking good, actually. That is insanely good. I did not I mean, knowing that it's around the cell phone era makes a lot of sense when it comes to id, because it's like, you know, all their capabilities and things that make them amazing as a company in themselves is all about the fact that they are really good at making a lot on weaker hardware that feels like it shouldn't be able to do that. And so it's like this sort of thing feels like it's perfect for them. This era feels like it's perfect for them. Unfortunately, sometimes you're just too good at what you're doing, and like, oh, you're on the weird hardware though. No one's really taken time to look at that or do anything with it. It's almost the Dreamcast story all over again. It's like, well, your console is better in every way, shape, or form possible. It's really good. It's unique. We have a lot of cool stuff that will be really appreciated years later. But for right now, you don't have a DVD player. So to the forest with you, to the woods with you, and which is a shame because once again, it feels like these games are quite good. It looks like outside looking in, it looks like it's at least quite creative, and I think that is the important part. It just is quite creative. Anyways, let me scroll back up here. I'm like looking at a few more things. I actually watched this. I need to mark that off on my cool list here as well, because I actually did watch that one. Let's see. So what else do I got here? In terms of videos that I might be able to watch. Move. Okay, there we go. Because these are games that were recommended by Grasslam, because Grasslam is a master of knowing the video games. The good Street Fighter movie is coming to free to watch, but I couldn't find it. It wouldn't click for me, so unfortunately, I don't think so. Castle Geographic, which is also possible. It's like, I don't want to do certain ones. I'm like, I'm not 100% sure if like that is good to watch. Let's put it that way. I don't know if it's good to watch. Actually, yes, I do want to see this one as well. So there was this game, Too Spicy, that I've seen before, actually. we just had an arcade open near us that has this game in there, and I didn't get the chance to play it because we didn't stay for super, super long. I was like, when I get off the Third Strike machine, I'll go ahead and, you know, play Too Spicy. And then the power for the arcade dropped. There was too many video games at once, and the power for the arcade dropped off, which was unfortunate. So that kind of gave us a break for a bit. Then it came back on. We recredited up for Third Strike, and then I just played until we left for food, like minutes later. So unfortunately, I didn't get to really play this all that much, or I didn't get to play it at all. But I'm like, I looked over, I saw it, and I'm like, okay, this does look like something I do want to watch. Or maybe this was actually the thing that was being shared. Is this? Maybe this is the one. Now I'm like looking at the listing and I like, maybe I just missed it, honestly. Well, we have a 1 hour video and we have a 20-minute video. I'm like, how do I feel? How do I feel right now? What do I want to do? Fake dog testicles make this man a millionaire. I'm trying to remember what that was entirely. Yeah, that hour is like, is like, oh man, am I there yet? No. I think the exercise, like, it's taking a bit out of me here. So give me half a second here. I'm actually gonna I'm gonna turn some content on that. I don't have to watch for a bit. Oh, well, not even streaming right now anyway. I've been watching this on and off there over the weekend, and I was like, oh, well, this will be fun to turn on for the meantime. But let me pop this on really quickly here because it's music anyway, and I'm just gonna grab myself a small drink to keep myself going for a bit. Actually, let's just turn on some music because that won't be that long. Let's turn on some music. There we go. Hell yeah. Actually, even better. Let's just do this. Let's do this for a bit here. All right, give me half a minute here. I'm gonna grab myself like a small snack-a-rooney, and at the same time, a small drink, and then we'll watch a video, 1 or 2 more videos, and just chill out for a bit because this is a chill and watch. I will be right back in a few. Enjoy some good ass music. Let me actually turn that up from here instead. There we go. That's the good stuff. All right, be right back. All right. My wife made cookies, so I also had to grab one as well. And it's like, these are red ass cherry cookies, and they smell wonderful. They smell so good. All right. All right. Thank you, Cara Comparetto. If I even said that even close to right whatsoever, which I haven't. Because I thought that was Home Sweet Gray for a second. I mean, any music can be whatever you want to believe it is. People will look at you and be like, what the hell are you talking about, Strong Bad Man? And you won't have a good answer, but you could just shrug and say, I don't know. It seemed like it was right at the moment. How you doing, Strong Bad? Good to see ya. That's right, a cookie for me. The ultimate cookie. I'm Yoshi's cookie. Before Yoshi even had a chance to have one. Yeah, that's good. That's very good. Let's learn about Too Spicy, the arcade game Maybe too spicy for some.
Ooh, spicy.
Oh, this is not a review video.
Yes.
This is just someone's playing the video. Oh, let me do that.
I've got you cornered, Shadow.
I mean, I'll still watch it for a bit because I'm curious.
Ready?
Cause yeah, like I said, I saw this at the arcade and I haven't got to play it yet, and I kind of wonder what it's all about. How's it for chill and watch? Going off vibes only, actually. I feel like last stream someone said I'll put it on the cool list for something to watch, and I can't remember what it was. I really can't remember what it was. So if you have something, shoot it my way, and I'll look at it and I'll decide if I want to do it or not. I have no answer for you, honestly. If it's interesting enough, I'll chill the entire time. If it's just not enough for my energy after doing a workout, who knows? It's just not what it is right now. I'll put it on the list for later. Okay, this is totally my style again. Next time I get to the arcade, I'm trying this out 100%. This is exactly my kind of game. One-on-one time crisis energy? Hell yeah. Oh my god, this cookie's good.
Well, why don't we get the inheritance for our family, huh?
Oh shit, he's too spicy.
So you're the one who wants the information on the inheritance. Sorry, but the deal's canceled.
Oh shit. She's too spicy. You want to talk about it? No. Let's gun. And mind you, this goes for anyone as well. Oh shit, she's dead. If there's any videos that are like, damn, I want to share this on the chill and watch stream, and it's been a while, you know, definitely open for it. Ah.
Ready?
Okay. Okay, that was the one. Okay, I was looking at that. A 2-hour video and playing Sonic wrong. I mean, still, that was, I think that's what I thought it was. Okay, I think that's what I thought it was. I'm like, I thought it was video game oriented and I couldn't remember. Oh no! That's why I thought. Maybe I was like, in my head, I was like, I thought it was something video game based, and I couldn't remember what it was. And I saw your video. I have it up right now, actually. And I'm like, I don't think this was it. This must be from older. And I don't remember what the subject was for this. But now that explains it. That explains why I might have been confused. Because I feel like we did talk about the playing Sonic wrong. Still add that to the list for sure. But you know what? Let's fucking go for it.
Fake balls are a real business, and Greg Miller has made a fortune in the weirdest place ever.
What I'm doing is developing testicular implants for pets.
Well, yeah, my doctor had suggested that maybe he should get nudicles.
A testicular implant is a boob job for a dog. Oh
No,
my God.
Yeah, now that I like stood up and sat back down, I'm like, I don't want to move all that much, but I also don't want to like sack out either.
We're going into nudicles. Let me show you a window into my madness. This is one of the stranger books I could have possibly hoped to read in my life.
Kefka waking up out of a fugue state. Does someone say nudicles? Yo, what up, Kefka? How you doing? Good to see you.
Prosthesis that you put in a dog. Yeah, they're fake dog nuts. It's simple as that. We're wearing the swag, the full fit, the tote, the shirt, the hat. If the hat gets too hot, we got the visor ready to take over for the hat. And just for something to hold on to so that we can make sure that at no point in time am I, really unmoored from the idea of what a nudicle is. We do have the plastic key rings. Tom, put it
Wow.
No. I had to put it down so quickly. They have patent pending.
In a little last minute, there's a shot of a dog penis. This was broadcast on Twitch originally, so I probably won't get in trouble. Heads up anyway. Okay, literally just the last minute video. Okay, good to know. Warning for everyone. And I get to say this out loud in all seriousness.
Well, now
dog
we know
penis
the
warning
of going
in
nuts. Every person and every
1
family
hour
across the
and
world
7
goes
minutes.
through the same life cycle. They are born, raised, live, and die. Every person and every family has their own story to tell. Going nuts is one of those more unique stories.
So does shit
This true
on
account tells the
infomercials.
6-year saga of
Exactly.
dedication,
I
family,
lived through that era.
and a determination
I am very
to
familiar
succeed and
with
survive
the
despite overwhelming
90s
odds. As
of
you begin,
we have a
this
solution for
story
everything.
unfolds. You will
In some
discover
cases,
why
it's
this
very good
story
because it
had to
adds a lot of
evolve. Going Nuts is
accessibility.
dedicated to all those who are included in this book.
I want to hear this intro actually. There's a lot of good accessibility stuff for like a lot of the simplifying certain tasks and everything like that that made it people who have motor movements and stuff like that they struggle with. That actually makes it available to them. It's actually really cool in some of those regards, and mostly just taking those products and pushing them out to a wider audience who basically can't be asked to do it despite having the capability to do it. On the other hand, it's like if someone who needs it finds it useful, someone who just wants it will find it useful. And there was just a solution for everything you could possibly think of. Were they good? Mostly decent, at least. I would say most of the infomercial stuff that my mom bought and still continues to buy somewhat to this day do effectively what it was supposed to do. And some of it I do like, and some of them I don't care about, quite honestly. Like, I had the Slap Chop before the Slap Chop, which was some Princess House shit that my mom got, and it's very okay. I'm sure the Slap Chop is a lot better, but whatever the fuck that I have now is very like it doesn't chop as much as it just mushes really hard. And in some cases I'm just like, I don't want to cut up an entire onion today. I don't care how this goes into it because it's going into like a soup or a broth. I just need this thing cut and I don't give a damn, and I want the easiest path to cut this thing up for. Can video be boosted just a smidge? Absolutely. Absolutely. Basic solutions in search of a problem. Exactly. It was the reverse thing as well. It's just like, we made a solution and no one's had this problem yet, but that's what marketing is too. It's like, people don't know they have a problem yet until we make it a problem that they didn't realize that they have. And at the time when they had a wider audience they could start selling to, this worked successfully. It doesn't work as good today because we have to make up a lot of fucking minutia problems and nothing is right anymore. A very personal product for Greg Miller, though. Okay, I'm very curious. Like, I'm legitimately into this because it's like, I don't know if this is a thing that helps. Like, I know people said like people get the dogs neutered and stuff like that, and it promotes aggression in dogs when they get neutered and stuff like that. So does having fake testicles help that out? I'm legitimately curious about this. I'm invested. I'm very invested into this shit.
The good, the bad, and even...
Let me scroll back about a few seconds here.
The can survive despite overwhelming odds. As you begin, and as the story unfolds, you will discover why this story had to be told. Going Nuts is dedicated
And let me
to
know
all
if the volume's
those who
good
are
too.
included in this book. The good, the bad, and even the evil. The first page of the book is the blurb again, almost verbatim. If it has not sunk into you yet that this is a self-published
That's just useful,
book, I don't know
wasteful.
what to tell you.
Generally, yes,
This is
I
a vanity
agree.
job, gang. Greg Miller sat down, wrote this, and got it published. Before we get into the book, this is going
Generally,
to-
there's a
still
few that
smell
I'm
like
like,
50 cigars?
I
It
would like
fucking
that if I
reeks,
could,
yes.
but
And I'll
you
just
only
say
have so
now,
much space
Greg
on your
Miller
kitchen
is
counter,
an
you know?
Avid cigar smoker. His cigar collection numbers in like tens of thousands of dollars. When we received the shipment of stuff from that was packed by him,
Damn.
when I opened the box up, it smelt like I had smoked 50 cigars in the house, to the extent where Demi, who knows I don't smoke, knows I would never smoke, was like, has Tom just smoked a full pack of cigarettes? The book starts with the sentence, "It was an unseasonably hot and humid Missouri June evening in 1990."
Oh, especially in the kitchen department. Oh, yeah. There was a reason why I didn't get a number of things for the longest time because I'm like, I don't have the real estate to do that.
He was 18 years old, running for city
Yeah, get out of here, you
council. He ran
bot.
for the Independence, Missouri 3rd District Council seat. And he came in third by a wide margin. Next up, he pops up in the papers in 1973, 25th of October, taking out 2 identical ads for bumper stickers saying Spyro had it coming, Nixon next. He takes out 2 identical ads through, I assume,
I'm not gonna
an
lie.
error of his own.
I kind of looked over to my right for half a second. And he said Spyro had it coming. I'm like, yeah, you know what? Fuck that dragon. And I'm like, wait a second. I don't have any problem with that dragon. Wait, why are we even talking about this?
One of them
That was
with
my fault.
the,
That's on me.
Formatting that he clearly wanted.
This is
and
a
the
great
other
light, too.
one
This is
just
really good,
completely
actually.
all put together. In 1976,
We have to understand the
Princeton
guy.
College graduate Greg A. Miller posting a work wanted ad. He's looking for work in journalism. At this point, he has his degree in public relations. In the Tipton Times, in 11 November 1976, you can see that his CB handle is Gabby Hayes, a reference to an actor at the time. And he gets his job at the Tipton Times, writing such features as, a dad got on a skateboard and broke his leg. An Italian youth has come to town. And a terrifying interview with a sheriff, where the sheriff says, I will apply God's law. This is another page that he pops up in. This is an analysis of an election. One of the people running for election is John Wirtz, a candidate for marshal. He said if elected, there won't be secret or part-time police. There will be only the full-time officers. This is interesting to me because Greg Miller wrote this. Also, Greg Miller is the person
one of the most
who
crooked positions
found
of his
out that
time.
John
Positions of
Wirtz
time, and that's
was
saying a
growing
lot.
marijuana
Jesus.
plant and reported it to the cops. He
But yes,
took
yes,
some of
yes.
the leaves and gave
I looked
them
away
to
for a second.
Missouri
I was like,
State
Spyro,
Highway
yeah,
Control
fuck that
for
dragon.
identification. In 8th of September 1977, Wirtz, prior to the confiscation, said that the plant was
I've been doing
being
a lot
cultivated
more
for the purpose of
watching, reading,
identification and to
research
train a
on
dog
the
to detect the
Nixon era.
substance. Late Wednesday
As of
morning,
late,
Wirtz advised Miller to
I am
either
learning so
apologize
much
by
about
noon
how
that
we
day
are
for
the way we are
discovering the
today.
plant, or to be out of town by midnight. Wirtz further advised that Tipton police would offer no protection should anything happen. That maybe gives you a bit of an idea as to what Missouri is like. But he stood his ground. He didn't get run out of town. He stuck around and instead dobbed this guy into the cops. The Tipton Times still exists to this day. The Tipton Times has some of the most beautiful ads I've ever seen in my fucking life. Look at this. Look at the fonts, the design.
There are
the
so many
genuine winning
fonts.
smile on the cowboy-hatted man.
It's beautiful.
Also, this is from the Septemberfest issue, which does give you a feeling that Tipton
I
kind
suck
of exists outside of time.
at
By
graphic
Dirt,
design.
says Trisha Scheidt. We get a resurface from Greg A. Miller in 1980. This is when he was going through his period of unemployment. A highly motivated editor, age 27 at this point, seeks permanent post on solid 6-day paper. Now that doesn't catch. In 1983, he starts his own advertising business. This is recorded in the Kansas City Star on the 1st of March, 1983.
That's fair.
Skip forward to Missouri, 1993. The book begins here. The book starts with Greg arriving at his parents' house, opening the door of his car, having his dog bound out of the car. He goes inside his parents' house, leaving his dog unsupervised on an open property, and the dog immediately gets hit by a car and killed. Greg does not seem to internalize this as a fault of his. He only views this as a strange tragedy. Chapter 1, here is where we start. Chapter 2, the dog is dead here. He runs in, has this witnessed by his family. Let's go through the family because they are going to be the backbone of the book. Greg Miller says that this is a story that had to be told. It's more like it is a story that Greg Miller had to tell to settle the many
Trace back to
grudges
John Wayne of all people.
and
Okay,
resentments
holy,
and feuds that he has
there's a
cultivated
lot more
over the
research
years.
apparently to
His
come.
parents, dad, and to use the Americanism, mom. Leo Bud Miller is his dad, a retired steel worker of 40 years who joined the Navy when World War II started. He is described as a true blue conservative redneck. His mom, Marion, is a nervous woman struggling with a heart condition since she turned 50, and she is obsessed with weight. Gavin is his little brother. He's 25 in 1993. Gavin is his best friend, in his words, and Greg identifies himself as Gavin's undeclared mentor. Gavin has worked for Greg assembling sweet tubes, which we'll get to, since he was 11 years old. Gavin is married to Debbie, despite objections from the family. Debbie is Gavin's wife, has a 4-year-old son named Mark from a previous marriage, also assembles sweet tubes part-time with Gavin. What's wrong with Debbie? It is so unclear. Gavin and Debbie, mom, dad, and I help them financially whenever possible. A decision which cost thousands of dollars, but was worth it because they were family.
That
Now,
seems
the other child in the family is
good?
DeWitt. DeWitt is in his 40s. He's the oldest child. He's only visited their parents twice in 10 years. Greg hasn't spoken to him in years. In his youth, he was a self-declared hellraiser.
Get out of here,
He has
bots!
caused mom and dad
How dare.
unspeakable grief with his alcoholism, drug abuse, and all the horrific related activities which shamed and disgraced our small family. Before the next slide comes up, I don't want you all putting all your eggs in the DeWitt Rocks basket. Oh, he killed a dog? No. But when he was in his 30s, he got a 16-year-old girl named Linda pregnant and asked his parents for money
God.
to pay a bill. Then he used the money to get Linda, and quoting Greg, an abortion forbidden by our Catholic faith. In his 40s, though, he has become entertaining and appeared to have completely changed his life. Now, the
All
dog
right.
is dead. Greg's beloved dog has been hit by
Good
a
on
car
character
and
growth.
He gets a new dog.
Unfortunate that we had to have that level of character growth.
Family with a litter of puppies. When he picks up dog, the kids in the family cry and beg him not to take their puppy in a frankly unnerving scene that I would have omitted and just said, I got a dog out of nowhere. Buck, as he grows, matures into himself and goes through dog puberty. At some point, he runs away from home. He is missing for 4
Dear
days
God.
and is found near a dog in heat. Now, we'll return to that just in a second because I have remembered that I didn't actually explain what Gavin and Debbie were working on. Sweet
copy
Tubes.
this?
Sweet Tubes is
Oh, yeah, what
Greg's
are Sweet Tubes?
business. Sweet Tubes is what takes Greg to the next
Appreciate it,
level
Kevka.
after a long period of absolute unemployment. Is it just lollies in a tube? Yes. In 1981, they had invented Sweet Tube, quoting here from page 17. A plastic 1-inch diameter tube 3 feet long with layers of color-coordinated candy inside. Candy in a tube. A world's first. Through the years, over $6 million worth of Sweet Tubes have been sold to hundreds of accounts. From Hickory Farms to Walmart to Disney World and Disneyland. And anyone who is reacting to that with 3 feet is a lot of candy is right. Sweet Tubes are featured here in the Kansas City Star on June of 8, 1995. Greg Miller raises his hands in firm protest. Don't call me the Candy Man. Here he's getting his sister, Kim, to help him assemble the Sweet Tubes. Here is Greg pictured with his invention, the Sweet Tube. His company is called Millerland Brands. The Sweet Tube trademark is cancelled if we want to steal it. I believe the Sweet Tube is now just something that people can make
everyone
and
wants
do and
it.
whatever.
It's your
This
chance.
is sufficient to get Greg 10 acres of land, along with his PR agency and his advertising agency. We get to Nudicles.
Wow.
When Buck runs away, Greg is absolutely destroyed. And he finally finds him after 4 days of searching. He finds him near a dog in heat because Buck has run off to fuck. He takes Buck to his vet, Doc Holder, to be neutered, finally. But he's very, very neuter reticent. He doesn't want to have it happen. It strikes me as I got a line on 10,000 long plastic tubes and started a business around that. The impetus for this was he got sent a something in the mail that came in a tube, and he thought to himself, tubes. I can do something with that. He basically saw the hard tubes that people use to send things in the mail. No, he didn't buy. He convinced the people around who made the tubes to send him them as free samples.
What?
Convinced the people who make candy to send him candy for free samples.
What?
Assembled them and then went door to door selling these.
Wow.
He does have a quote here. The feeling of high anxiety kept returning, reminding me Buck would never be able to father puppies. And this is an interesting quote. Would become female in appearance. It all seems so unnatural. He asks the vet if there is
Oh, no,
a
this is
way
not
that
the
he
angle.
can get Buck an implant to leave him a ball sack hanging fresh and full. The vet looks him in the eye and says, I have no idea. I've been a vet for 25 years and that's the craziest thing I've ever heard. I don't like that. Me neither. It is so insane. Buck wakes up after his anesthetic and started to clean himself, a task which he had performed since he was a puppy. He looked down at his private area to begin the process, quoting here. It was disgusting, mainly because of the noises he made during it. Now, I'm going to cut here to a video interview from CNBC.
Buck did get neutered that fateful day. I brought him home. He went to clean himself. He loved to do that. This slurping noise that was so freaking obnoxious.
That is the